and welcome to GCU Reviews.
Getting closer. What's hot and what's not. Getting closer. Bye. Getting closer.
Hey guys, it's Dee.
And I'm Danielle.
And welcome to
GCU Review. Restaurant edition.
Hey.
As you can see from our setup,
we pretty and fancy.
we are fancy today.
Fancy. Okay, so we doing today Fox and Pearl, where you can find that on 2143 Summit Street in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yes, the historical West Side area. And the building itself was made in 1907. I said born, Lord Jesus. 1907 is when it was made, essentially. And it's a very beautiful building. You can tell that it used to be a drugstore. It has like blue and white tile on the entryway from where it used to be. So it's a really beautiful building. The atmosphere was dope.
Okay.
I really liked it.
It was kind of like a comfortable country type of vibe that you get. And so they had little booths. That was pretty.
Yeah, beautiful arched
window.
booths. The original, some of the original stained glass from the building from the 1900s, which I think was awesome. And the original floors, which is rare.
Yeah.
Everything else though in there, the bar and the stools and everything, while made to look very historically accurate, were brought in later. Mm-hmm. But I think it still adds a really awesome touch. A lot of plants.
It was nice because the bar setup is kind of like, it used to be like a bookshelf or something.
Yeah.
Because it was really tall but it was pretty.
It was very pretty. They have a nice little outdoor seating area too, which we didn't get to use because it was cold.
It was a little chilly. It's okay.
Yeah.
But talking about like the floors and stuff and asking the server about the historical things, she knew everything about it. But that goes into customer service, like with me, because I appreciate that like the structure of the building and all that, to tell me the history of it. However, I would like for you to know like the ins and outs of the menu, or what we could or could not do, what we can have without. But that's just me, because I've just been in the industry for a while. So try not to be picky about certain things, but that was just a little tidbit.
Yes, we had certain questions about certain things that she maybe didn't know the answer to about the food itself. Mm-hmm. I can tell she probably gets a lot of questions about the building though. Yeah. Because it is a gorgeous building. That's
probably something that they put them in training.
Possibly.
I could understand that they do that.
Yeah. But the food is what you come for. And so you also need to be really knowledgeable about that. Yeah. But she was really awesome though.
She was. She very found attentive. Out everything we needed to know.
She
gave us all the answers we had to the questions that we had. And she was really sweet. She was really sweet, and she just made sure that we were good and we were comfortable and we had what we had.
Yep. And explained the menu very well, which the menu is not very big. What's interesting is we went on Sunday for brunch, and we expected more of a brunch type menu, but apparently on Sundays they change over to Night Goat Barbecue.
Night Goat Barbecue.
Which is just a different chef that has a barbecue menu that day. So that's what we ended up having rather than the typical Fox and Pearl menu that they would have. And so the questions that we had regarding the barbecue, maybe that's probably where she didn't know a whole lot about. We did ask.
Because, it's a once a week menu.
Yeah, once a week menu.
Maybe she doesn't work on stuff. But, I'm not stressing over that because she was really nice and we had a good time there. So started off with the drinks.
Yes.
I had a sweet leaf, which is kind of like had bourbon and honey and lemon and cider, kind of like a cold hot toddy for me. But it was really, really good. It went down quick. I don't know if I was thirsty. I don't know. But I drank it pretty quick.
It was, for the kind of day that it was with the weather and stuff, it was just really refreshing and comforting at the same time.
It was. And what did you drink? What did you have?
I had a drink called the Pimp's Cup. And
the Pimp Cup. What?
The Pimp Cup. That's actually why I picked it, because I initially read it as Pimp Cup. But no, it's Pim's Cup. And that's a particular type of liqueur, I guess.
It's a gin liqueur kind of a thing. Yeah.
See, she's also been a bartender for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, and it had lemon and honey in it. It kind of tasted more like a mule, like a kind of mule that I've had before or something. It was really good, though.
It was. And then I had the sangria. because I had to taste something else.
And those were big hits.
It was really good. It tasted like the sangria that I made. I made one last night, and I was like, okay, it's like that's what it is. But it tasted like mine, so I liked it. I liked that part of the drinks. Yeah. And that went down pretty quick too.
That went down pretty quick too. But as I mentioned, the menu is kind of short. The way that it's structured, as the waitress explained it to us, is that most of the items are a la carte. Mm-hmm. So you have options of different meats. Mm-hmm. There's a sausage. There's two different kinds of sausage. Two sausage, yep. There's a beef sausage, and there's a beef and bacon.
It was a jalapeno type of beef. Something. Yeah.
And pulled pork. Brisket, pork belly. Mm-hmm. And then there's 2 plate options. So you could get 1 meat and 2 sides, or you could get 2 meats and 2 sides. And then they also had the different side items and then a dessert option.
But then they had below, other than the a la carte, they did have like the burrito, the sandwich, and something else down there. But yeah, I had the smoked beef and bacon sausage. I mean, bacon makes everything better.
It just sound good, don't it? Okay, yeah.
Yes. So when you cut into it, you can see the big chunks of bacon like inside. Mm-hmm. And then I also had the smoked brisket sandwich, and it had pickles and onions and coleslaw on it. And that's the only thing that they offer like with bread. Because, I'm a barbecue. We put like bread with our barbecue. I mean, we
down here in Missouri.
We in Missouri.
We likes our bread.
Where barbecue is the thing.
Right.
Here. So, we ain't trying to be critical about the barbecue, but we on point with it, But I like bread with mine. They had the tortilla option, which I got it just to see why. But, yeah. I had that. That's what you had.
I chose the 2 meat and 2 sides option. Mm-hmm. And for my meats, I got pulled pork and I got the pork belly, the smoked pork belly. And for my sides, I got potato salad and the beans and ham and beans.
Yeah. She's about to say baked beans.
I was not, and it was not baked beans.
Because it was a Texas style barbecue.
Right. When we asked them about the barbecue, they said it was a Texas style barbecue. Of course, very different than Kansas City. They tend to have more vinegary sauces, which the barbecue sauce that came with mine was a vinegar base. And then you got a sauce.
I got the, was it the jalapeno type of hot sauce? But it was a green sauce. And yeah, that's what I got. So with the beans, don't go in there expecting beans from like Kansas City.
No,
because it wasn't Texas, but
it was literally ham and beans.
Pinto beans. And a lot of places down there use the pintos. So.
Right. Or they'll have like cowboy beans where it's not sweet at all.
Right.
There'll be different kinds of beans that'll have like a more of a smoky, savory flavor. And that's exactly what this was as well. It was like traditional ham and beans.
Right.
It did come with tortillas instead of bread, like she mentioned. And we later found out why that is.
Yeah, I mean, I was skeptical because, like I said, I want some bread. But the way they have it set up, you have to be mindful when you go into different restaurants. They set it up for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just go in there and be like, I don't want this because I don't. You can't. So you have to really go in there and try that. And so what we did, I took the tortilla with the meat and put the beans in there, the coleslaw, and a little sauce, and baby... That I found out why those tortillas.
From when we put all that together, like even the slaw, because it was like a smoked jalapeno slaw.
Right.
So it wasn't a creamy based slaw either that she had with the sandwich, and she got it on the side so we could taste each element separately.
Right.
And while the sides were good, they are not best standalone. They really are good together. They are meant
to be with the meat.
They're really best together.
Because they had the potato salad that you had. She didn't finish when I first tasted it, I was like, "Are these dill pickles?"
It was like chopped dill pickle.
You used to your grandma's stuff with the sweet pickles and the relish but it was dill pickles. And when I first tasted it, I was like,
And I'm used to that kind of potato salad, and so I was fine with it. But then, like after a while, I didn't really want to continue eating so much of it. And then it grew on her.
It grew on me.
And she finished it
all gone.
I was eating something else. I looked down and it grew on me. I was like, oh, okay.
excuse my back while I eat this.
I was like, nope, it's all good. But yeah, I really like the idea of having all of these elements, separate elements on a plate, and then figuring out how they go together. And the fact that all of the different pieces, while good individually, can work even better together.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really awesome experience from a perspective of just eating. It's not like you get something and you just eat one thing at a time and then it's done. It was, you got to kind of play with it a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
It was good. We could play with our food.
Yeah. With the slaw on there and the green salsa and all of that, the best thing is to eat it together. So that after that, it made sense why you had tortillas instead of bread.
It made sense. So I didn't understand it, but I understood it at the end. So yeah. To me, you just got to go into a restaurant with open mind,
right?
On why it is the way it is, why they have it. Because apparently, somebody was like, "Ooh,"
right? Somebody. It was like that. It was well thought out. It was well thought out as far as the elements and even the flavors within each thing. And then too, we had to already have an open mind because we expected brunch. And then when we got there, we had barbecue.
Right.
So that was, a different experience as well.
Right.
We also did have dessert. And so the dessert item that they had available was an apple crisp. And a crumble.
It's supposed to be a crumble.
Crumble, yes. That is a very important distinction. And if you don't know, Google it. But it is. I will die on this hill. There's a difference. But it was an apple crumble, and when it came out, it was a little bit more deconstructed.
Well,
now,
keep in mind,
farm to table.
It's a farm to table. The farm to table, so that means everything that came off the farm. Mm-hmm. So you have to understand that the crumble is kind of like a cake.
It's meant to be more rustic.
Yeah. So this is farm to table, so it's kind of a fresher thing, and it came out apple oatmeal.
Kind of. To me, the impression of it,
apple cinnamon oatmeal.
Tasting it reminded me more of apple cinnamon oatmeal than it did of an apple crumble or even a crisp.
Right.
But the apples were diced and they were cooked very well. They were seasoned, but not overly seasoned.
They were soft, but not too soft.
They were soft, but not too soft, which is very tricky to do with apples.
OMG. Yeah.
I will give credit for that. Yeah. That is a tricky thing to do with apples. That's why I don't make pies.
But it had a good little brown sugar, cinnamon. The apples were really good, but I don't know. I guess since we was expecting a crumble. Yeah. That I'm not saying it was nasty, but it was a shock to my mouth.
It wasn't what we expected. We were already full by then too, but we still had room to try dessert because of course if they got a dessert, try the dessert. Right. But overall, what would you say about the experience?
Overall,
and then we could get a little bit into
the experience was good. To me, I think the requirement is that you show your ankles. They had little cuffs. And but it was everybody. I thought it was just the one, but everybody had little cuffs in it. But maybe it's a country style they had. I don't know.
The drinks might have had something to do with this observation.
The dress code. Yeah,
but everybody,
I did swallow them drinks a little quick. Then I noticed. I was like,
once she pointed it out, it's like I saw it everywhere. Like at least about 4 inches of everybody's ankles was out. Like all the pants was rolled up, and it reminds me. Was it Roll Bounce? The movie with Charlie Murphy and Mike Epps was making fun of him. They was like, that boy got tight pants. That boy got tight pants. That's all I can think about. And I think I actually did that when I was in there.
I think you did.
But they didn't know what it meant.
Sorry. But I mean.
We're just going to blame the drinks.
You're right. Blame it on the alcohol.
I enjoyed my experience there. I love the atmosphere. I enjoyed my food as well. I got full. The portions were not too much, but they definitely weren't too little.
It wasn't. And usually I take home a box.
Yeah.
I ate everything. Like I've not eaten everything sit down in a long, long time. Because you don't want to get full. No. But I didn't want to leave nothing there.
Nope. Because everything worked so well together. Yeah. And honestly, I would definitely go back.
When they say leave no crumbs.
Left no crumbs. Ate no crumbs. And left no crumbs.
We will go back. So I'm going to give it a hot.
I'm also going to give it a hot. I would definitely go back. I think the prices were reasonable. The 2 meats and 2 sides. platter was $21 or $22.
Yep.
Which is really reasonable for barbecue. And we're a barbecue city. It can definitely get pricier than that, depending on where you go.
Definitely. And if you want this menu, I think it is just on Sundays.
I think it is just on Sundays, yeah.
From 11 to 3, I believe. But, if you want to try out another day, another menu, y'all let us know what y'all think. But I'm going to give it a hot, and I'm going to rate it at about an 8.
Yep. I agree with that.
It was really good. It was really good. Like, the meat was cooked with cherry wood, and it melted. And, like, it came apart.
It wasn't overly smoky. It was so tender.
Yeah, it wasn't the average smoke taste.
No, it was not.
And it was so tender.
It wasn't even in our clothes or nothing.
It wasn't
and they
even
do
in the
everything
air.
there.
It wasn't even in the air. So, it was good. So, I'm going to give it an 8. Because it was good. And I would definitely go back. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
The service was great. The atmosphere was cool. We talked to the people afterwards. They were so nice. So
they were happy that we had questions about what kind of wood do you use? What kind of barbecue is this? They're like, oh, it's like a Texas style barbecue. Right. They were very knowledgeable and very excited to share with us, their thoughts on the menu and, why they did what they did and hear how much we liked it.
Yeah. We liked it. So good job, Fox and Pearls. Definitely a place that you need to check out. And let us know what you think.
Yep, definitely. We'll have more restaurant reviews for you guys. Let us know what you think in the comments and tell us about your experience there. And when you check them out, let them know that we sent you.
That's right.
Until next time. Bye. And welcome to GCU Reviews.
Getting closer. What's hot and what's not. Getting closer. Bye. Getting closer.